Hey everyone, I know it's been a while since I posted a video, but I think that kind of plays into what I wanted to talk about today. So here recently, my schedule has been a little bit crazy due to COVID and things getting back up and running, and my dietetic internship getting put back together in words that I could make simply. I wanted to do something that kind of played into that. So this video is going to be talking about tips and tricks for nutrition and eating healthy when you're in a time crunch or when you're on the go or when you're on a trip and you don't necessarily have the same equipment available that you would if you were eating at home. So I have 5 tips, and then at the end I'll just give like one last basic tip at the end. So to start out, my first tip is to eat a healthy meal before you leave. And what that does is it kind of just lays a foundation of, okay, I'm leaving this week, I'm going on a trip. One thing that I can do before I go to help me out is to make sure I'm full before I get in the car to leave. So that's the first tip. The second tip is to prep your lunch the night before to save time. So let's say that you're not going on a trip and you just have a busy work schedule or a busy week coming up with your kids' sports teams and all of that stuff. A really good way to make sure that you're saving time in the mornings is to pack your lunch or your kids' lunch or your husband's lunch beforehand. And that saves a lot of time in the morning to ensure that you have enough time to get ready. Tip number 3 is to try healthy grab and go snacks. And what I mean by that is things that you or your kids or anyone in your family can just grab and take with them wherever they're going. Some examples of those would be fruit like bananas or grapes, popcorn, nuts, or low-fat cheese even, like light string cheese is a really good option. Tip number 4 is to plan your dinners for the week. So in this, I'm not saying to prep them on Sunday and then be ready to heat them up during like that particular day, but just kind of make a list of what you would like to make on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of this week. And that just kind of gives you a heads up, like, okay, if I'm missing any ingredients, I can run to the store after work today and have them by Thursday. Tip number 5 is to try slow cooker or crock pot recipes. When I was during my clinical rotation in like last fall, I found that using a crock pot or using a slow cooker while I was gone throughout the day, it was just a huge weight lifted off my shoulders to come home and to have dinner already cooked. I just had to plate it and eat it. And then I also had some leftovers for lunch the next day, so that was a really good option for me, and I think that would be helpful if you're busy throughout the week. So those are the 5 tips, and my last tip, or my last comment, I guess I should say, is we're just trying to aim for better. We're not trying to aim for perfect. It would be different if we were training for the Olympics or something, but we're not. You know, we're living our lives. We're doing things day to day that don't necessarily require us to eat lettuce at every meal, you know? So just try to aim for making better choices, not necessarily making perfect choices, okay? This isn't an all or nothing thing right away. You know, we're just trying to incorporate some healthier foods at each day. All right, well, those are all the tips that I have for eating on the go. I know that time can be of the essence at times, so I think that just keeping these small tips in mind can make it a little bit easier throughout the week to eat healthy and to keep our nutrition in mind. So next week, I think that I'm going to talk about nutrition in the grocery store and how to make the most of your grocery shopping trip. So stay tuned. Thanks.